Hey guys, welcome back to Scott's Reviews. Thanks for coming by and looking at the dive case for the Insta360 X3. So you want to go ahead and pop it off and make sure we power it on, and you want to put it into dive mode. So you need to go into the menu, and it's the button on the left hand side, about 3 buttons down. It has like a little picture of the dive case. Kind of puts the screen in lock mode. And then when you want to make sure that the buttons are in the right spot, you don't flip it the wrong way. Nice and easy on top. Get a good nice seal. We want to make sure, very important, that we get our clamps down correctly and we see a nice and feel a good, nice, good clamp down for a good seal. Very important before you hit the dive. And then you can go through your buttons as normal. We're pretty much going to be counting on the buttons. You can't touch the screen, of course, but we'll go through that. So let's get wet, shall we? And see what it looks like. Let's power off. All right, we're in the water. This is our dive case. What it would look like if you were diving at this time. Of course, you wouldn't spin it around like that, but make sure you have a dive stick that it is somewhat water resistant or proof that can be flushed out. I used the the one that came with the camera before, and that was not a good idea. There's a lot of water that gets stuck in there, so make sure you get a stick that you don't really care too much about, or you can allow it to get wet so you can flush it out from the salt water and everything else you're going to put on it. Of course, with your dive case, any dive case, you want to make sure that you test it before you go out. The best way to do that is just put a paper towel or something in the case, seal it up, take it to a good depth, or leave it sitting for a while, and make sure that your towel is dry when you're done. Just want to show you how the buttons will work under the water. So first you want to go ahead and power it on, and then you can fumble through your quick button. You can set up your things ahead of time. I think dive is already pre-programmed in there, so that is set up for you. Remember, sometimes on dives you prefer a slower, where you can slow down the frame rate, so you may want to set a setting for 4K 60 if you want to slow it down in post afterwards. So I would have 2 different settings, one for regular and one for slow motion. Alright, here's me being a goofball. I'm going to go ahead and show you my edit. That's straight out of the camera, and then let's go ahead, boom, add a little bit of color and stuff. This is always personal choice and taste when it comes to how you want it to look. But I go through here and edit right now. There you go. So with the dive case, you have to take into account the bottom part of the case. As you see, the plastic thing floating around, that diamond looking thing underneath, is going to be with the bottom of the dive case. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be in the way with your shot. So you really need to pay attention to kind of where you're pointing the camera or what you really want to get in the shot. You have to do a lot of work in post to kind of crop in here and kind of get the subject you want in frame. That's me being goofy again, but it can be done. Use a little bit of the tracking feature on the desktop app, where you can track the subject and kind of keep it all in frame, so you don't have to do it yourself. That is probably the best feature. This is the setup I had for the Action 2. I actually used the GoPro light and kind of flipped it around and make a little camera out of it with a light. All right, got 4K slow motion right there, jumping into the pool, and this is me trying to get focus on something in the pool to kind of get real close to it, your subject, even with a light, and see what you can get. So if I was scuba diving, trying to look at a fish, how clear is that for me to look at the fish even with a light on my camera? That's me trying again. Not too bad. Here I'll switch to the Action 2 right here. That's the Action 2. Trying to get the same shot. A little bit clearer, I believe. Probably get a little closer with the Action 2. But can it get the crazy shots that the Insta360 does? No. So that's it for the dive case. I appreciate you watching. If you got any questions about it, anything at all, like, subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, I forgot to mention, it goes to 164 feet is the depth you can take it down to. And then also, I just read at the bottom of this scroll that once you download the footage in post, it automatically adds the stitching effect for you right there at the bottom. See ya.